Okay, it is time for the Hubology headquarters, which is located at what was formerly referred to as the Nuka Junkyard. The Hubologists have expanded greatly since the early days, spread out into the Commonwealth and a number of other places. Before I actually head inside, I thought I'd zip around to the back and just kind of show off the defenses here. Obviously, the majority of the things that attack come from over here, generally reloading robots. We've got a spawn beacon here just to show off their defensive capabilities. They're pretty good. I like to believe that all the reloading robots are just sort of like pulling themselves out of scrap one by one. Been buried in there for years now and still active, and that's where they come from. And that also they're sort of pre-programmed to when they're damaged, they just wander here by default if possible. So that's where they all show up from. Maybe we'll skip up over there, right into this way. So, back entrance, little workout area.
We are forever in your debt. Without you.
I managed to keep all the Hubologists alive during their mission. You can head down the side here. Cut in this door. There's enough room. So we got a little gambling setup. As you can see, there's some new settlers here. I like to think as Hubology initiates. We got a doctor set up here. I've added some walls in, as you can see, to sort of close it off so we can
let's trade.
have a bit more of a clinic area.
I'm glad we had a fighter like you to help us take this patient.
I buy and sell.
Got a
Just
little
put up everything you got and let's see if we
bar
can
and
make a
shop
deal.
set up here. Obviously everyone's got to eat. Workbench in the background there.
Out here.
Got some more Abraxo armor set up, of course. That's
We must
the
finish our
Hubology
mission before the world is ground to dust.
paint of choice. I actually synced like another generator directly under the broken one that was here. So that's where the power for things is being supplied to. Pick me up station. A few more workshops.
Lost track of how many blisters I got.
Put some basketballs in here. Obviously it doesn't actually doesn't count them, but it's, you know, still a hoop. And here's the little farm area. There's some water over here. Unfortunately, I had deleted these cargo containers, but they came back when I removed a certain mod that was causing issues. Take a little look upstairs. Put some chairs in, some sleeping area. Put in another armor rack down here. Just the exoskeleton though. I think this is pretty much the same. I believe I added a chair. Closed off this corner because this is the area that the alien robot always loads in, and I even put a turret in there just to basically kill it when it comes back, because I don't want it accidentally killing any of the Hubologists, because obviously you can't really replace them. It is great. People do interact with the bar. They interact with the stations.
While difficult to confirm, there are reports.
Pick me up station.
If you ain't been up to see Grey Guy, you should go.
Who or what instigated the fighting is unknown at this time. If these two groups are openly fighting.
And of course, we got some guys on defense. This one's actually a traitor.
Let's trade.
Anyway, that is the Hubology headquarters here in the Nuka world. Next, I'm gonna jump over to Evan's place, which now we've arrived in the not too distant future on the Satellite of Love. This is Evan's base. It's the last place I'm gonna do in Nuka world here. He is still all alone here. When I initially built this, I only had the ability to add robots, the people came later. So I like to think the Red Rocket Militia just swings by every so often as they're working on their way into Nuka World or somewhere else. You know, swings by, sells Evan some goods, see if he has anything for sale, and then they move on. So he's generally just out here with his robots. Cambot, Gypsy, Tom Servo, and Crow. Who's quite terrifying looking. How's it going?
Hi. Heck of a view, isn't it?
So, got your workshop set up. Obviously got quite a bit of defense and power set up here. Got the independent flags up, the old battered red, white, and blue. Bunch of fire barrels. At night you can really see it in the distance, even as things start to disappear from the distance. He's always open if you need help. Water pump, most of that's the same. Got little Mr. Pebbles in the background. A couple slot machines. So Evan does in fact interact with them and the workbenches, as well as the exercise equipment, although he still just works on the house most of the time, but he'll work on the power armor as well. So we've got sugar bombs, red, white, and blue, independent armor, and then a set of Commonwealth. So I like to pretend like I left this here, just sort of, you know, telling Evan if I ever need it, I want it to be here, but you can feel free to use it. And then the operators left him this, so he could protect himself from the pack, because they did attack a few times, and then of course that led to me reinforcing his little settlement here with the robot protectors, the walls, the turrets, and giving him some power armor. So he took the power, the Nuka paint off of it and put sugar bomb paint on it himself.
Why? I suggest you just
A little basketball set up in the back here. Try and give him, basically just give him any entertainment I could find that could easily sort of work. Obviously doesn't actually interact with that. He's got his little crops inside here, enough for him. He's got his little pooch with him, along with his robot friends. What else would you need? Added a few things in here. This does work, but only to track companions. And here's where you can watch some cheesy movies. I'm sure the Red Rocket merchants would be happy to bring him some holotapes here or there, and I'm sure he already has a few. And of course he now has the ability, with the satellite dish hooked up, to communicate not only with Nuka World and any other sane person left in Nuka World here, so maybe the Hubologists, but he can contact the Commonwealth and talk to them. He can ask the Red Rocket Militia to bring him supplies the next time they're swinging by. And yeah, that's the general thing. I just wanted Evan to have a little bit more safety and security with the pack out there, and a little more entertainment and companionship. Alright, after I think we'll be heading back to the Commonwealth now, and back to an independent settlement. And I think Covenant is where we'll go. It's kind of a small one. I have like half the population there.